Hey, America, it's Saturday. It's the 6th of October, I believe. And I'm so happy. I want to see the deep state go right under. I want to see Trump do what he's got to do. I want to see uh, Gitmo full with, you know who, all the globalists and the pieces of shit that they are. That's what I feel. I'm a veteran, and 9/11, knowing what that was and what happened there, and I knew there was lies and disinformation and denial. And Bush Jr., the second Bush, I knew he was a liar, and he signed my retirement, my Air Force retirement. I would have rather stayed until Trump was our president and have him sign it. It would have been more prestigious, more collectible, because he's one of the greatest presidents we've ever had. And all I can say is, knowing Obama was not a U.S. citizen, that was bad enough. And Sheriff Arpaio from Arizona, when he had 60 people investigating Obama's birth certificate and all the records that were sealed, all that stuff, it just leads you in a idea that, yeah, that Obama's a traitor, was put in by the New World Order to screw up this country. And the same thing with the Bush family. The Bush family's not innocent. And Jeb Bush, he's a freaking moron. I'm glad during the debate that Trump finally said, your brother was in charge of the U.S. and why was there exercises called the same day for all the Navy and the other military plus the Pentagon. The Pentagon had issues. I mean, a plane didn't hit the Pentagon, people. They just had something go in there and blow up one side of the building, and that's where they had all the accounting, the government accounting offices. They blew all that shit up so they can cover up their tracks on follow the money. Hey, the only way you can follow the money is with a computer. So they took that shit out. I mean, this is just common sense. I mean, I got a degree in electronics, and look at Hillary. Her emails, the stuff she tried to bleach bit and delete. Hey, when you're on a mainframe, it's not deleted. Hillary's an idiot. You want her in charge of your country? Forget it. She's a complete idiot. When people send emails, they go everywhere. They go viral. Even on a low level, they go viral. When people pay attention, they get intel from certain people, and they know that that's probably more accurate than the bullshit artists, which are the Democrats and the people like Hillary and Obama, which try to say, oh, that was just, Russian collusion example. The Russian collusion shit was a joke, but they used it. The communist agenda, the Marxist agenda, they used it. They used it to their advantage. And sorry to say, that should have never happened. Should have never happened. And there's so many people like me, we're in our 50s and we know the truth. I mean, I wasn't born yesterday. And there's a lot of people out there that just don't really pay attention. The media is bought off and paid for. It's mafia media. CNN, example. MSNBC, same thing. And other agencies of the media, they don't offer 100% factual stuff. Sure, they may tell you what the weather's going to be. Big deal. Anybody can do that. I can go outside and go like this and put my thumb up and say, yeah, there's a wind coming from the north or the south, from the east, the west coast. I mean, it don't matter. I could be a weatherman tomorrow if I wanted to. I know about barometric pressure. I know about what is it called? When you have dew point. I know all about that shit. You know, when hot air hits cold air, you get dew point. You get condensation. Same thing like in a refrigerator. It's all physics. It's nothing new. So these idiots that do the global warming, now they call it global cooling, and now they call it climate change. I mean, how many times are you going to change your viewpoint on the weather? Because it's not. It's artificial. They're using HARP to mess with our weather. They're making tornadoes. They're making hurricanes off the East Coast. They're doing the same thing probably on the West Coast between us and Japan and in Alaska. Same thing. So there's my emblem right there. I'm a military guy. I'm wearing this shirt because I'm proud of my unit, what I did. I'm not an idiot. I'm an engineer. I'm a retired engineer. I knew 9/11 was an inside job. There's no way in hell those buildings have been taken down with a aluminum plane, and here you are with steel girders and concrete. Okay, hello. You can't change physics, but they did something with that building. They put some kind of exotic material in there, and they set that on fire, and it generated the heat, melted the beams, and then on its own weight, it collapsed on itself. That's what they did. If there was any bombs, it was probably small charges just to accelerate the process. I don't have to be an EOD to understand physics. When something like metal gets hot, it wears down real quick, and it fatigues quicker. Just like when you try to harden steel, you got to heat it up to a certain temperature. You got to pound it, vibrate it, whatever you got to do, and cool it real quick. And it takes out all the carbon. It takes out all the impurities in the metal. Makes it stronger. Same thing. It's tempered. It's tempered metal. Or case hardening, as you call it, when you make center punches out of steel. You take a center punch out of regular steel, you put a point on it, and then you take carbon powder, you dip it in that powder, and you heat it up, and you tap it a few times, heat it up again, and that's how you carbon case the tip of the center punch, so it's harder than steel. Now you got a punch where you can punch into aluminum or steel and make dents in it for when you go to drill something. Same thing. It's all physics. So, be as it may, I'm a nobody. I don't know nothing, but I know a lot. I know something. I know 9/11 was a bullshit inside job. And the other thing you got to remember is, why did Building 7 get pulled, okay? Think about that. You had ATF, FBI, all the major three-letter, alphabet agencies right there. CIA, blah, 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 FBI, blah, blah, blah. Hey, they knew what they were doing. They pulled that building to cover up their ass. I don't have to be a Navy SEAL or anything. I thought about going in the Navy, but I had a fear for water because I almost got drowned at 3 years old. So I got over that fear. I can swim pretty good now, but the point I'm making is I chose to go in the Air Force. I wanted to learn more about structures and buildings, old or versus new. It didn't matter. The technology's just like computers. It goes in leaps and bounds, up and down, but mostly up. Because once we understand metal, we understand concrete, and we have better grades of concrete now for structure integrity, so they're stronger. So in other words, a piece of concrete can take 800 psi versus one that only can take 500 psi. You want to use the one that's stronger. It's got fiber, it's got plastic, it's got all kinds of stuff in it, but it makes it stronger. It's kind of like the Egypt, when they built the pyramids, or should I say in the Bible, they mixed straw into their clay and made brick, or made concrete, their version. Same thing. Anyway, people need to understand, 9/11 was an inside job, everybody knows it, and the people that deny it is the ones that are the guilty party. It's the Bushes, Obamas, the globalists, okay? They're the ones that planned this shit. They knew what they were doing. So, I'll leave it at that. Just tired of being lied to by government. That's why I retired in 2008. I said, nah, I'm done. I'm not going to get lied to anymore. I'm not going to get sent to a phony war just so I can protect oil or poppy plants over there in Afghanistan. That's bullshit. And a lot of people know that already. Anyway, God bless you, Trump. Kavanaugh, I'm glad you're getting sworn in. The deep state doesn't want that. Too bad. I love my country. And I'd do it again. I'd re-enlist again, volunteer. Not be drafted, I'd volunteer to go. Think about it.